What's going on, guys? Alex here with Stockton Car Wash. Today we're going to bring you along, take some water spots off of this Mustang that we ceramic coated about a year ago. The water spots shouldn't be there. Somehow they made it on there, so we're going to go ahead and take care of it. We're going to remove the water spots and recoat the surface.
All right, Alex. So you actually ceramic coated this car 6 months ago?
About a year and 3 months ago.
All right, but I thought if it's coated, it shouldn't have water spots.
Exactly. So what happened, man, is we actually detailed the car for the customer about 3 weeks ago. I did notice the water spots, so I brought it up to him. The water spots shouldn't be there, so we're gonna go ahead and remove them regardless. Ultimately, you want to keep the customer happy, treat the vehicle so that the coating stays up to date, how it should be, and yeah.
I got you. So pretty much when you get ceramic coating, for someone who doesn't know, how often should they maintenance it? And what is the maintenance?
Yeah, for sure. So it really depends, man. So it depends on the weather, right? If it's raining, I would recommend washing it more often. If you're gonna be driving it consistently, the bugs on the front, if the sun hits them, they oxidize on there. It's a lot harder to remove them. So I would say wash your vehicle at least once a week, max, once every 2 weeks. Anything after that, the maintenance isn't necessarily there. So obviously the coating isn't gonna hold up as well.
And when you say wash it once a week, you mean take it to the car wash? Get that quick wet?
That's a good point, Ray. No, so you don't want to take your car that you've ceramic coated through the ton of washes ever. I would recommend a touchless wash. Wash it at home with yourself with the soap that's SiO2 based. That way you keep that ceramic coating up to date and well boosted. So what we did already is we did a standard exterior wash to remove any of the dust, debris that may be stuck to the vehicle. It is raining here in Stockton today, so it's filthy. So we brought it into the shop, did a full exterior wash, and we went ahead and reclayed the surfaces that we're gonna recoat, which is the hood, the trunk. So right now we're gonna go ahead and start the polishing process. It's important to note we're gonna use a specific product, which is Enhance Plus by CarPro. I'll go ahead and link it in the description box so you guys can pick it up. This product is specifically made for cars that have been ceramic coated. It's a jeweling agent, so it's a non-abrasive polish. So you're not gonna remove the existing coating, but you are gonna remove any of the defects that are on the surface without removing the previously applied coating. Once we're done with that, we'll remove any of the excess oils that are on the surface and we'll recoat it.
No, what do you think?
This has to be something else. They're just really oddly, they look too perfect to be, almost water spots. I think when he drove it off, something probably was splashed on there, and that's how you ended up with those spots there.
Maybe like a sprinkler or something?
Something. He does park it outside is what he told me. So, that could have been a thing. This usually happens whenever coatings aren't cured properly. That day we didn't use the infrared lights on there.
This customer actually, he's not the one who brought up the water spots.
No.
He hit you up and said, hey, can I get a wash or?
Exactly. Yeah, so he hit us up, said, you know what, I need a standard inside and out detail. Once we washed it, I did notice that there was a bunch of water spots on the hood. And I went ahead and brought it up to him and I said, you know what, bring it into the shop. I'm not gonna charge you anything to remove them. It's part of your guarantee. So yeah, he brought it in, so I'm not gonna charge him for any of this. This is all on us based on the warranty that we offer.
So, I didn't know that. What is the warranty? Yeah,
so it depends, man. We offer a 1 year, 2 year, and a 5 year protection on vehicles. In this case, he paid for the 2 year, so it does fall under the warranty. It hasn't been 2 years since he coated the car. So that's why we brought it in, did a complimentary entire wash. We're gonna do a standard interior as well. So that when he picks up the car, it's 100% ready to go.
And warranty, it covers water spots?
Exactly.
What about scratches?
It depends on the scratches. Heavy swirls, it does cover that. A door ding, obviously, ceramic coating isn't intended to protect against door ding, so nothing like that. But mainly what we're worried about is bird droppings and water spots, which is the most common thing that will happen if your ceramic coating is failing and it's not working as it should be.
All right, Alex, so what you using, man, the Rupus?
Yeah, so we have the Rupus 21 Bigfoot with a black polishing pad. This is a super fluffy, not stiff, kind of like it's a polishing pad. And then we have the Essence Plus.
And you mentioned jeweling. What is that?
So it means that instead of removing the coating of the surface, it's gonna add to it. So if you wanna zoom in on here, it's a top coat non-abrasive jeweling agent, right? With hydrophobic energy. What that means is it has SiO2. SiO2 is the main component in ceramic coating. So it's gonna add to the layer instead of kind of stripping it. This is gonna add protection to the surface.
And it's also gonna remove the water spots at the same time?
Exactly, so it's gonna remove a lot of the superficial imperfections. So this isn't a cutting compound, so it shouldn't be confused. This is a very non-abrasive, so it's not meant to remove like super heavy scratches.
Got it. Yeah. And right now it's gonna be 11. How long would this take you, roughly?
It should take anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh, that's quick.
Yeah, super quick. Yeah.
Okay.
Super important part whenever you're gonna start polishing, man, is you apply a significant amount on your pad, spread it out, right? So you wanna focus on some areas, kind of dab the surface, right? There's two reasons why you wanna do this. First of all, if you didn't do that and you went ahead and just went to the polishing, it's gonna sling everywhere, right? So you wanna make sure you don't do that. So always dab it, kind of spread it around evenly, right? And then always start on your speeds. This is a question I get super commonly. Don't ever start at 6, right? The revolutions are super high. You probably shouldn't ever be at 6 anyway. Stay within like 4 to 5, 5 being max. Unless you're doing like a super cutting job, then I wouldn't even touch 6. Start slow. Use it to kind of spread the product out. Once you've done a first layer in this motion, then you can start to increase it. Remember, the key here is really to go slow. There's no reason to be going super fast, like side to side like this. Take it easy, let the product do the job. Similar to ceramic coating, whenever you're polishing, even though you're not in direct sunlight, you wanna work section by section, right? In this case, I chose one of the roughest areas. I wanna make sure that the product is actually gonna remove the water spots, right? There's a chance that it might not. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to go ahead and use a more abrasive polish to remove them and then recoat the surface. So I always work in steps. Don't go directly to a compound. If this does the job, then it's gonna be a lot easier on my end. I wouldn't have to apply an excess amount of coating after I'm done with the polishing process.
Oh, so right now, you're really just doing a test.
Exactly, and I chose the worst area that was on here that I kind of observed. So right now when I wipe it off, we're gonna see whether the spots came off or not. All right, so moment of truth, we're gonna go ahead and grab a nice fluffy microfiber towel. It doesn't really matter what kind. I like to use the Costco ones. Make sure that they're new. You're not gonna wanna use, for example, this one, right? You can tell how wore out it is. I mean, compare that to that. You wanna have a nice little fluffiness to it. That way it picks up the polish. So we're gonna go ahead and fold it into a clean side. We'll start this way. Remember, always whenever you're gonna wipe the polish off, work in straight lines, never in this motion, because it may cause swirls. Even though it's non-abrasive, it can cause swirls. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the microfiber towel, just kind of move directly down. And as you can see, there's no more water spots there. So it did exactly what it was supposed to do, right? So we'll go ahead and remove all of the product. And this is a good indication that there still is coating on the surface, right? Because they're not directly embedded into the paint. If they were, this product wouldn't have removed them, right? So that's a perfect indication. That's a green light, so I can go ahead and use that product to remove all the water spots on the hood as well as on the trunk.
Now, let's just say this didn't work. What would you try next?
So I would go one step above, right? So I would use an abrasive polish, but still a very light polish, not a direct compound. A compound is gonna remove the coating completely, as to where a polish may remove some of it, but that's fine. You can come back and recoat the surface after.
Before, after, ooh, what a difference. Yo, Alex, so I see a little ding over here, man.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly right.
You're telling me that you're not gonna go over it a lot. Why?
So you can go over it lightly, but you wanna make sure that you don't concentrate too much on that area, because you do run the risk of removing a little bit more of the paint that's on the ding. These are super common on cars, especially if they're used. So just try your best to work around them. If there's a small scratch near it, use a nano polisher. Just be very careful, because again, you may make the door or the little ding a little bit worse.
All right, Alex, so you're done with the polish? Hey, man, come out clean.
Yeah, as you can see, man, if you want to zoom in here, there was a ton of water spots that were on this hood. We removed 100% of them. So now, just to play it safe, we're gonna go ahead and add another layer of ceramic coating on there, and then let it cure overnight, and then it'll be ready for pickup tomorrow.
Do you have to put another layer of coating?
Not necessarily, man, because like I mentioned, the product that we use does have SiO2 in there. It's a jeweling agent, so it's gonna add an extra layer of protection. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it just to play it safe. It is raining out there, so I wanna make sure that the car is 100% protected.
And the customer knows that he has to leave it here overnight?
Yeah. So I talked everything over. You know, he agreed to leave it over. That way, you know, water doesn't get on it today. He does park it outside. So if we apply it now and it doesn't cure, then we're gonna end up with the same problem. So we have the CarPro C-Quartz 3.0. That's kind of my go-to. We'll go ahead and link it down below too, so you guys can pick it up if you want to try it out.
And what kind of applicator? Just a regular?
Yeah, you know what? I actually just switched over to these, man. Usually, this little coating comes with the little sponge that I've used in other videos. I find it very hard to kind of navigate it along these lines here because it's very firm. This is more sponge-like, and they're disposable, so you just throw it out once you're done.
Okay. One-time use?
One-time use. Yeah, you want to make sure it's a one-time use because the coating crystallizes on there. So if you wait too long and then you reuse it, you're gonna scratch the car.
Hey, Alex, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've seen other people do coatings. Put a lot.
Yeah, man. I'm not. You know, I tell my guys, man, just however amount of product it takes to do a good job, just use it. Don't cut corners. All right, guys. So there you have it. We officially completed this job. We removed all the water spots using the Essence Plus Pro by CarPro, and then we recoated the surfaces that were affected by the water spots. Do me a favor. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know how you guys remove water spots on cars that have been coated before. Drop a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on social media. And don't forget to check out the products that we used on this job site down below. There's a link. Click on it and tell me what you think.